was a punter last week. I was doing sporty bit. I still haven't learned how to do it in the best of ways, but I'm trying. I'm trying. But this week I decided to go a bit more serious. Like we're going on a new venture that most people don't really understand, and I decided to invite one of my good friends, Mr. Devi Nanduba, who is a professional investor and venture capitalist. Big words for today. But we're going to look at a lot of things, including investment and cryptocurrency. And obviously, whenever I speak about cryptocurrency, people talk about, I've been scammed before. Or a lot of people have been, they've lost a lot of money. And we've been hearing about Bitcoin falling because of Tesla. Tesla also obviously comes with Elon Musk and a lot more things to ask him. So maybe today is the day that we're going to learn how those big words impact. Tell me, I've already asked you a lot of questions before I even interviewed you.
Sure.
What's all this about? The Tesla, the Bitcoin, everything.
Yes, so there's been so much news on Bitcoin and Tesla. Tesla bought some Bitcoin, about 1.5 billion in January, and they sold off 272 million sometime within the first quarter.
Wow.
And they made a profit of about 101 million. And so the CFO was so proud, he was excited. He said it's a very good store value. However, a few days after, the past few days, we saw the CEO of Tesla saying you can't use Bitcoin to buy cars, Tesla cars, And the market was up in arms, and we saw the price of Bitcoin drop, and the media houses were celebrating, saying Bitcoin has crashed, it's crashed, it's crashed.
Did it crash or something happened? Because I'm a layman when it comes to these Bitcoins and everything, the cryptocurrencies. But from what I understand, he's also one of the main people that actually have initiated Bitcoin, right?
He's a promoter, so he's really good. One of the cryptocurrencies. So what he was simply saying is Bitcoin the creation of Bitcoin or the mining of Bitcoin could be energy efficient. He's ready to back it. They actually didn't sell off the investments in Bitcoin. But remember, you've got cryptocurrencies, which is like, a group of... On one end, you have Bitcoin, which is just one of these cryptocurrencies. So the issue is Bitcoin and not cryptocurrencies as a whole.
Okay, I'm now lost. So Elon Musk went out and slapped people. Then he went back and said, I'm sorry. Is that what he did?
Not really. Used to create Bitcoin, the power, that's used. So Bitcoin, what he has issues with is the energy. Correct.
Okay.
The power used to create
so
it.
In other ways, we're saying we misquoted him when he started.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to be.
I know, right?
The devil's advocate, but still, I'm still on the fact that he clapped people, then he went back and said sorry.
I tell you,
Yeah.
He's smart like that.
So we've agreed that Bitcoin didn't crash; it dipped, and Elon Musk went out and cleared the air about his first sentiments of Bitcoin.
Correct. And you see, when you use the word crash, it's like, it's crash, crash, crash. So it actually didn't crash per se. The price just dropped. It dropped. And what investors typically do is in moments like that, they buy. So investors like to buy assets when they're cheap. So we had a lot of people get into Bitcoin because the price was cheap. It was trading cheaply.
And the people that had money at their disposal.
Exactly. Went in and they bought, and we saw the price climb a bit.
I have a problem. Conspiracy theories come into my head, but then we'll discuss it later. Okay,
Sure.
so we did say the topic today is investing.
Numbers into text into numbers. It applies a certain key combination of numbers again, encrypts it. The person who's receiving that communication has to go through the same process of decrypting with a key number into text. So that's cryptography. Very solid.
created by human
techniques.
being, right? And all
Spaces have to be verified by the network. So that's the transparency. So it's peer to peer. So you can verify the transaction. I can verify. Someone in China can verify. So that level of scrutiny is what the world seems to be resonating with, as it's very secure. It makes sense compared to the currencies that can easily be printed. Central bank, just says, let's print money, 3 billion pushed into the economy,
most
quarter
of the
dollar.
countries are in debt.
Correct. So Bitcoin brings in that transparency, brings in that scrutiny. Many eyes can check. The technology is solid. It's called blockchain technology. And so far, the world seems to be embracing the blockchain technology. Crypto is another discussion. I'll talk about that later. But the technology, the blockchain technology, and what humankind can do with it is amazing.
Okay. So you did touch on the fact of inflation, right? And obviously we can't run away from the fact that most countries are in inflation because of overprinting of money that's not registered and everything like that. But you are saying that crypto is safer
as well. So, so you see, when you look at inflation, and we must put this in context. When you look at inflation, inflation is the rise in prices of goods and services. And normally in developed markets where people are very cautious, even in developing markets, where people are cautious about their money.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got 50,000 in your account and you are told, for example, that this 50,000, let's say 5 years ago, could buy a piece of land, 20 by 30
the same
piece
with
of
the
land.
memes that are going around now when they're saying 2.5 used to buy a trolley full of groceries, now we're buying just a plastic bag. So we're all looking for solutions. So
absolutely, and that's a very classic example of inflation. So the money buys less.
of value than the greater value.
Correct.
Actually making it okay. So it does make sense because most of the people, I think, we join these things by